What's up, guys? It's Friday, August 29th, and welcome to a brand new episode at DCTV, brought to you by Total Wireless, the official wireless provider of UFC. They're in your corner with unlimited 5G data that will not slow you down. So, Dana White was at the White House yesterday.
With the meeting at the White House, could not have gone better. This is going to be awesome. White House fight is on.
Met with President Trump, met with all the staff to try to make what we all thought was an impossible thing happen. The White House. There was so much hesitancy when that was first announced. And honestly, even I, on my part, was they can't do this. But there were a few cues that told me it was much closer than people really thought. One, when he said, it's a year from now, a lot will change. We don't know who's fighting. That told me that he was far deeper in the conversations than we even thought. Then he said something to the effect of, in New Orleans, we were a little talking about scheduling or something and found out that he was going to go there or something in a few weeks to go figure out whether or not it was happening. That happened yesterday. White House event is actually on. There is no maybe. There is no possibly. July 4th, hey, I know we can't call it Noche USA, but it's like on Noche UFC while we celebrate Mexican independence, I hope that this card is built around our country. Built around our country and really does pay tribute mostly to what the United States has been, obviously to the world and also to fighting. We have to find what guy's going to be on there. He didn't announce anybody that's going to be fighting, but he did say it is a go. White House next year. It works out perfectly too because I believe July 4th is actually on a Saturday. He said he'll have more details in the next couple weeks, but we got it done today. Those were Dana's words exactly. We could speculate all we want about who's going to be on that card. 12 months is a long time to wait. Not 12 anymore, but 10. Long time to wait to see who's going to be fighting, where they're going to be fighting, and how it all works out. But the White House card is on. You know what else is on? We finally got some clarity as to what's happening at one of the biggest shows we have every single year, Madison Square Garden. You started to see the chips fall into place whenever Weili vacates her belt, right? When Weili vacates her belt, you start to see the chips fall into place. You start to think, well, maybe there's an opportunity for the super fight that we've all been wanting. Hey, we've all wanted Weili versus Shevchenko for a long time. Anyone that loves MMA, anyone that has a desire to see the best fight each other, you wanted to see these two women fight each other for the flyweight championship. That's happening now in New York City. It's official. We have a super fight between Weili and Valentina Shevchenko. Every single year, these two women could be female fighter of the year. It's a bounce. Since Amanda Nunes left, it's been a bounce between Valentina or Weili. Who, it would be up to you to decide. But every year, those two women have been at the lead of female mixed martial arts, and they've been the two women that many consider to be the best two women in the world. Now they fight each other in Madison Square Garden. And that's not it, though. New York City keeps getting better. Now, this one, guys, I did not see coming. I did not see Leon Edwards versus Carlos Prates. I thought maybe. Prates asked for the fight, and I said, man, I don't know that Leon says yes to that, especially after the way the Sean Brady fight went. But I guess if you're Leon Edwards and you're watching MMA and you're watching the division and you say, I don't want to end up in there with another wrestler and grappler like Brady, this is the type of fight that I need to take. This is probably the second time that there's only been one time where I've been more wrong, is what I'm trying to say. And that was when Benoit Saint-Denis called out Dustin Poirier. I thought there was no way Dustin Poirier fought him, but he did. And ultimately, he beat him. But Leon Edwards steps up and takes the fight against Carlos Prates, which honestly is a better matchup for him than a lot of the fights that you could see inside of the welterweight division, especially guys that carry that wrestling base, which we know Leon doesn't love fighting against because they just try to ground him the whole time because he's such a tremendous striker. But if you saw the Prates Ian Gary fight in your Leon Edwards, maybe that is part of the reason you say, okay, I'm down for it. Also, the main event announced. Khabib said it months ago. Islam was going to fight Jack Della in November at Madison Square Garden. It's officially happening. Dana White announced that fight is going down right now. And if you've seen videos and pictures of Islam lately, he's bigger. He's much bigger than he was before. And he's going to have to be bigger if he wants to get through the monster that is Jack Della Maddalena. You know what's the best thing about watching this fight come together is recognizing how seriously they know the challenge is ahead of Islam. I can listen to the words that Khabib speaks publicly. You can listen to the words that Islam speaks publicly and acknowledge that those guys are well aware of how good Jack Della Maddalena is. He's so tough. He's so big. He's so physical. And now he's got takedown defense to match. I believe that if you would have put this fight together a few years ago, people would have been like, oh, Islam's going to kill Jack Della Maddalena. But now, after watching him fight Bilal Muhammad, after watching how wonderfully he put together a game plan, it's a much more even fight than you would have thought prior. Luis, throw in the opening odds for Islam versus Jack Della real quick, because I really think it's interesting to find out what the world, or at least the odds makers, think of Islam versus Jack to start. Wow, he just said Islam's minus 265. Jack plus 225. Honestly, that's a little bigger than I would have expected. That's a little bigger than I would have expected. I believe that people will probably come in on Jack Della Maddalena because at the end of the day, Islam is still the smaller guy going up to the next weight class to fight against a world champion who never looked better than he did in his last fight. So I would expect that to close a little bit as we get closer to the fight. But clearly that fight is massive. The fight is happening. Madison Square Garden. I swear to God, guys, there are few fight cards per year that I just enjoy. One, I enjoy Miami. I mean, Miami is fun, man. And they love me in Miami now. I enjoy Madison Square Garden. That's the best one. Obviously, International Fight Week is huge in Vegas. It's the perfect time of the year. But I'm telling you, Madison Square Garden, Miami, Abu Dhabi, and International Fight Week in Vegas, 4 biggest fight cards of the year for me. But the one that always stands out, New York, right? It's nice and cool, but it's not cold yet. The temperature's changing. You can start to feel people getting ready for Christmas and the holidays. And then you got the big fights. And every time we go there, we deliver with a great fight card. So this fight card is going to be sick. Dana White yesterday, and he loves making news, right? Dana White loves to tell you the news that people wait for. Yesterday, we got massive news. New York City is going down, and the White House is done. It's done. It's not a pipe dream anymore. It's not a thought. It's official. We're going to the White House on July 4th, 2026, and I'm going. DC gets to go to the White House. I had an opportunity to go to the White House after the Olympics, and I didn't get to go. I got an invite to the White House one other time when I was fighting, and I didn't get to go. This time I finally get to go to the White House. And for a kid like me from Lafayette, Louisiana, I never in my life would have thought. I've met presidents, and now I get to go watch fights at the White House. For me, where I'm from, that is not even a dream that we even think possible. But I've lived the dream, and a lot of that is due to you guys and the support that you give me constantly. So I always thank you guys. I'm forever grateful. And I never take you guys just watching this for granted. So I know I say it constantly, but it's because I'm so appreciative of how you guys have treated me over the course of this career. Hey, until next time, like, subscribe, and tell your friends about my YouTube channel. Make sure that you guys are constantly tapping into this, and I've got some new things in the pipeline. It's the beauty about YouTube. I get to be creative as I want to, and I think we got some real big stuff coming. Until next time, guys, Peace.